Rogers is coming to Williams' defense. He says he wants to support her because she doesn't have anyone to lean on right now.
You cannot determine what another person would do if you never walk a mile in their shoes.
He says this Brianna isn't the one their family knows.
At one moment, I actually lived on the roof with Brianna, my sister Marilyn. Took that child in and tried to raise her and help her out. And she molded her. He took her time and raised her. She inspired me as a nice person.
You need to speak on the case of Brianna Williams?
She always was highly respectable.
I mean, I'm trying to wrap my mind around it like anybody else would. I mean, this situation, I mean, it's just something that doesn't happen. You know, anybody, you don't see that happening in your family. I mean, you don't think that, you know, you ever be sitting where I'm sitting right now.
And Boyd Jackson, that's Brianna's uncle, says he and Brianna's aunt raised her from age 6 to when she graduated high school, and then she joined the military, calling her the daughter he never had. Now, he showed us pictures from Brianna's prom and her pictures of her growing up yesterday, and says he hasn't talked to Brianna in 3 years.
Is there anything you would like to say to her that you just want her to know that
We love her.
Yes, we do.
And we stand with her.
Has anybody else wondered throughout this investigation and story, for one, you know, where's Taylor's father? Besides, I saw one article, he just mentioned no comment, and that was it. And the other thing I was wondering is, what about Brianna? Where is her mother and father, right? And it's like it's a common denominator with a lot of these stories.
Jackson says Brianna's dad wasn't around and her mom was not able to raise her at the time. He and his wife had Brianna live with them.
The coworker that's worked with her for 2 years and never knew that she had a child. I would love to know your thoughts about that. Check this clip out, and do your coworkers know that you have kids?
I'm like, wait, she had a kid? I'm like, what? You know, after 2 years worth of time, I never even knew she had a child until it came out in the news. I guess if sharing your child with others is a direct reflection of how much love you have involved, you know, I mean, how much time and effort you put into something, you want to show it, but she didn't show anything.
This is not a person of love, empathy, feeling, or anything. This is an empty, hollow carcass of a person.
She didn't show anything.
Hey, it's iCkEdMeL, and we got some updates regarding this story. Disturbing, and we're going to look at the court documents. We're going to look at some video clips, and we also have to look at what the news is reporting, because what they're reporting is not in these court documents. Maybe it's coming out soon. Maybe they have access that we don't have.
Well, there was an overwhelming decomposed smell of a body.
The articles I'm going to be citing is from News4Jax and People.com. It's believed by investigators that Taylor has been potentially tortured and abused for weeks and months leading up to the last year of her disappearance.
They can prove that Brianna Williams did in fact torture and put her 5-year-old child in some type of cage while she was still alive.
Investigators believe that Taylor died before her mother moved to the new apartment November 3rd. And according to documents, they believe that she may have tortured her daughter or kept her caged between the last time Taylor was seen alive in April, which that was by the daycare, I believe, to her death in November.
Williams did, quote, torture, maliciously punish, or willfully and unlawfully cage a person under 18 years old.
Now, if you guys remember, we've been following this. She had this kind of timeline where she traveled to 3 different locations before she reported her daughter missing. I'll play this clip for you that I covered previously on that timeline. And keep in mind and keep in context with some of the things now that were found in the trunk of the car and that the car was cleaned. Check out this weird timeline and timestamps days before the 911 call, which was on November 6th.
They have also collected surveillance video from more than 24 locations between Alabama and Florida. They include a car wash in Alabama, November 2nd, a Georgia gas station that same day, and another car wash in Jacksonville on November 4th.
So keep in mind the 2 car washes, as if that's not suspicious enough, right? And then you got, well, after this trip, and she returns back on November 3rd. Hours later, she posts a Craigslist ad to help her move from her old location to her new location.
The 27-year-old mother is also accused of tampering with evidence in connection with transporting human remains. This is Williams' personal car. Previous court documents show that decomposition was found in this car even though someone thoroughly cleaned the trunk. However, the new information does not confirm if Williams' car was used to remove the child's body.
You got the trunk that the cadaver dog picked up a scent on. Not only that, according to this news report, the driver's seat. They also stated that the lining of the trunk appeared to have a cleaning fluid smell.
Inside the car, clutter everywhere, but inside the trunk, it was empty.
Authorities searched Williams' old apartment. According to documents cited by NAS JAX, they found 6 locations of possible bloodstains, soiled children's clothes, fecal matter, and a scent of decay. I mean, just disgusting. Absolute trash. And it all goes back here again to the car also. Investigators also noted the same scent in the trunk of Williams' Honda Accord.
But there was a disturbing detail. According to detectives that approached the vehicle, the odor of decomposition emanated from the vehicle. A cadaver dog also indicated that the odor of decomposition was recognizable in the trunk and the driver's compartment, even though the trunk appeared to be cleaned.
Here's some other details worth mentioning. I couldn't find it in the court documents, but it could be coming out, or maybe they're just holding it back. But it says that in one report, investigators recovered dead maggots, fecal matter, soiled clothes, and a variety of adult toys from the vehicle. There was another report on a different article that stated there was cans of soup with small openings in them. So, I mean, it's just, I mean, I can't even think about it. It's just so, I just can't even fathom it, how a person could do something like that. And also the timeline is important. All these details are important to show that this was calculated. This was heinous. This was evil. It wasn't just some sort of accident. And that people will still stand by and support evil. Where were these people at when Taylor needed them?
Brianna, can you hear me?
As detectives entered the Palm Breeze Road apartment, they could smell decomposition again, especially in the carpet. In a bedroom, the smell of feces and urine was overwhelming. Children's underwear soiled, carpeting the same, and cans of soup with small holes to drink out of.
Also, these 2 details I've never heard before, I thought might be interesting to bring up from these 2 articles. Alabama Department of Forensic Science also listed a shower curtain, a black plastic bag, and a shirt in its laboratory for evidence list. Another point that I thought would be interesting to mention, which I've never heard before, where Taylor's remains were found, it's being reported that they found also like pieces of plastic, fabric, 3 kinds of rope, blue gloves, a knife, a cardboard, wire, papers, and a punch drink. As far as the coworker, he did say there was one red flag where he said Brianna was looking to purchase weapons, guns, and stuff like that.
She started inquiring about like just getting a weapon. She had said that she was looking for a weapon for target practice, specifically an AR.
It was reported that she did make that purchase and that it was taken for evidence. I wonder if she had other plans, you know? I wonder if she had people she wanted to get at, or if she was planning on going out in a bang.
Firearms and ammunition were among the evidence collected by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office.
So I wanted to start with this document, which we're not going to spend much time on. I think the next document actually is more interesting and has some timeline details, but this was the amended charges, meaning charges that were changed or updated. So there's 5 total charges. Count 1 was the biggest one that the news was talking about, where it states that on or between April 17, 2019 through November 6, 2019, she willfully tortured, maliciously punished, or willfully or unlawfully caged a person under 18. The other charges are child neglect charges. You know, there's no details really besides that she failed to parent this child, which there's plenty of these parents out there, Brittany Bones, that should be held accountable. This one's for giving false information, count 4, and count 5 is tampering with evidence. Affidavit for search warrant. Now, I just wanted to read you the timeline of this. This is from November, so people might have seen this already. This was signed November 14th, but the redaction dates are from March this year. But I think the timeline gives an interesting story if you haven't already seen that. And also you want to stay tuned because I'm going to give you a little bit of clips from this lawyer and what he has to say. I'm going to play a little preview clip right now.
Attorney and legal analyst Randy Reep says it's possible no one will ever be charged in Taylor's death.
The search warrant affidavit, the timeline. I think the timeline is great on here. It's pretty concise and to the point. On 11/6/2019 at 7:11 a.m., patrol officers responded to in reference to reports of a missing child. The child's mother, Brianna Williams, initially informed patrol officers that the last time the child was seen was at midnight on 11/6/2019 when Williams laid the child down for bed. Williams awoke the following morning, found the victim was not inside the residence, and called police. By the way, if anything sticks out to you in these documents, let me know because it's late night and a lot of times I'm running on fumes. Now, it says here detectives with the missing persons unit spoke with Williams, who stated that the victim had spent the last month, 21/2019 through 20/31/2019, with her maternal grandmother in Tuscaloosa, if I'm saying that right, Alabama. According to Williams, she retrieved the victim from the grandmother's residence on 10/31/2019 and returned to Jacksonville. Detectives spoke to both the victim's maternal and paternal grandmothers. According to the maternal grandmother, she has not seen the child since January 2019. The paternal grandmother stated that she had not seen the child in about 2 years. Nobody's apparently seen Brianna. The whole family, you hear them say either 2-3 years. That's the last time they saw her or the child. On 11/3/2019, Williams placed an ad on Craigslist asking for help with moving into a new residence. 2 individuals responded to this ad and assisted Williams with moving. Now, the thing with the neighbors that's kind of strange, or I mean, I don't know, maybe it's the timeline, but maybe I guess they wouldn't have smelled decay, or didn't they smell or see all the trash of that house? That place was disgusting. If you haven't seen the previous videos, make sure you check out my playlist. During the course of the investigation, detectives spoke with the individuals who assisted Williams with moving at the residence. Chris and Tiffany stated on 11/3/2019 at approximately 12, they saw an ad on Craigslist requesting assistance with an immediate move. They contacted Brianna Williams and arranged to meet at Bonaventure, and Robinette arrived at Williams' apartment at 11/3/2019 at 15:53, which is 3:53 p.m. At that time, Bonaventure reported hearing running water from the bathroom. Okay. Williams told Bonaventure that her daughter was taking a bath. According to Bonaventure and Robinette, the two were inside Williams' apartment for approximately 1 hour. How the hell are they inside that decrepit place for an hour? And I guess they didn't notice anything. They then followed Williams to the residence, the new place. Both of the people that helped them move, because I'm tired of saying their names, reported that they never saw a child with Williams at the apartment or the new residence. Additionally, there were no other adults at the apartment or residence. According to Williams, she has been on leave from work for approximately 1 week and was scheduled to return 11/6/2019. Williams told detectives that she laid the victim down for bed at 00 hours, 12 a.m., on 11/6/2019. During the night, Williams awoke to a noise. She stated that she armed herself and looked around the apartment. All the doors were locked. Williams stated that she did not go into her daughter's room. Why would you not? That doesn't make any sense. Williams awoke at 6 a.m. on 11/6/2019 and prepared for work. At approximately 6:50 a.m. after preparing for work, Williams went to the victim's room and found the victim was missing. Williams provided detectives and responding patrol units with consent to search both. She also provided consent to search her vehicle, the 27 block Honda Accord, which was parked in the driveway. Detectives who entered reported that the unit was in complete disarray. They reported a strong odor of feces and urine. Additionally, both feces and urine were located inside the closet inside the apartment. Disgusting. She had that little girl in that closet, locked in there. Williams stated neither she nor the victim had pets inside the residence. During a search of the residence, a stain on the carpet at the entrance to the apartment was observed. The carpet was cut from the floor. A cadaver dog conducted a sniff on the carpeting and gave a positive indication. Upon a cursory search of Williams' vehicle, it was found that the interior compartment was disheveled and cluttered with clothing and various other items. However, the trunk was completely empty. There was a rubber liner which covered the entire trunk floor. This appeared to have been cleaned, and the odor of cleaner could be smelled emanating from the truck. I mean, emanating. I mean, that thing is pulsing that smell. Like it's just coming from everywhere. It has an aura of that cleaning product. A cadaver dog was allowed to conduct a sniff of the vehicle. The dog gave a positive indication on the trunk as well as the interior compartments of the vehicle. At this time, the child has not been located, and Brianna Williams is no longer assisting the Jacksonville office. During the investigation, information was obtained as to the GPS location of the suspect and her vehicle, which smelled of decomposition. Detectives followed the GPS coordinates to a location in Alabama near Brianna Williams' hometown. The remains of what appeared to be a small child were located off the road. And the rest is, this is just them getting cause or probable cause to conduct their search warrants. Let's talk about this lawyer. And by the way, sorry about the lights in the dark. It's late. I'm about to go to bed and get some rest, but I wanted to push this in there, inject this, because it sounds wild and insane, but I guess that's how the criminal court system works. Check out this first clip.
Even at the lowest end, the actions of the mother had to result in the death.
Wait till you hear the example and the analogy that he gives, but it makes me think of so many other cases. And he even compares it to the Casey Anthony case, which I wasn't doing what I do back then, but a lot of people have told me that it's similar to that. For me, I just think about all these other cases like Malia Davis and Darian Vance.
The Kaylee Anthony death case, the child's remains were found, but a jury said the mother, Casey Anthony, was not guilty of murdering her child.
So here's kind of the crazy wild part. And the reason I say crazy wild part is because it's all this legal terminology. And, when it comes to, you might have done this, but did it actually cause the death? And this is where it takes us down the whole cause of death and autopsy and yada, yada, yada. And he believes that it could be possible that it might be hard to get a murder charge for Brianna. Check it out.
I'll give you an example. They could have neglected feeding the child, but that doesn't mean that the child died of starvation. That would certainly be a type of murder. But if the child died of something unrelated to that, she could have also been neglected and died by some other means.
Now, how I see it, and probably most people see it, and the average person with common sense, which I always say there's not that many people with common sense because look at the people supporting Brianna, is that this is clear and cut. It's this mother's fault. But in the legal, in the courtroom, in the law, they have to prove that she is what caused the death. But honestly, man, they have so many charges on her, and there's probably more coming. I don't know, man. We have the death penalty, don't we? I think Florida has death penalty. I gotta Google that up. Florida death penalty. Capital punishment is legal since 1976. The state has executed 99 convicted murderers. Okay. As of February 4th, 2020, 340 offenders are awaiting execution. Damn. Well, thank you guys for the support. Love you guys. Have a great day. Reach out to me. Peace.